into the recording server, and here we are. Okay, so good afternoon or good morning, everybody. I'm Carlos from COLLAB. I think I have met many of you before. On this call, on this webinar, I also have here on my side Barbara Romero from my marketing team. She will be helping you out getting the recordings and all the marketing materials following up on this call. We also have in the UK, we have David Everett, Executive Director at Jacada. We also have Chris Patterfield, Head of Pre-Sales. And I'm very thankful for the support we have been given from the Jacada team in the last, I would say, 1 year. We have started to craft this partnership with the Jacada here in Lisbon around one year ago. And I'm very happy to make this first webinar where we will not only explain to the team what we are doing, how do we see you, our partners, you, our customers or prospects, getting value out of this partnership. Let me just put someone else on mute. I think maybe who is it? He's typing. I think it's Victor. Okay, sorry about this. So I will try to explain from the COLLAB point of view the value that we will try to bring on this partnership, and also we will give first-hand insight from the manufacturer, from Jacada, to the visibility on their product. Ed is writing that he cannot hear anything. Let me just type here something to Ed. So just give me a minute while people set up. Please use computer audio or try dialing in or asking the system to dial your mobile phone. Okay, sorry about this, someone was in trouble. Okay, so the agenda for today is this one. I will make a quick intro, 5 minutes on COLLAB and Jacada. How do we position this OEM within our portfolio? And then David will present exactly what is agent scripting, how can it benefit the creation of your customer service or debt collection or telemarketing campaigns. From a product overview perspective, Chris will dig into a live demo, highlighting the features and then showcasing some very cool, in my opinion, some very cool features concerning the Jacada agent scripts, the graphical designer, hopefully the heat map, which is also something I quite enjoy. So there are a couple of possibilities here for you to get value out of this call. So I see Head is still struggling, okay, but he's telling me that more people have the same problem. I don't know. Many of us are already connected, but apparently some people don't have audio. Let me just give 1 or 2 more minutes for these people to try to use the computer audio. I don't know how can some people not have audio. Okay, he's saying that it worked when he tested it. We'll log on again. Okay. Let me just unmute someone from the Mexican team. Hi, Miguel. Can you hear me? Miguel Garcia from Mexico.
Yes, I hear you.
How are you, my friend? Just to check if you guys have audio there. Is it okay?
Yes, it's perfect for me. Hi, everybody.
Okay. So I don't know. Some people are having a problem with the audio, but unfortunately, that's not something we can control from our side. So we will proceed. Okay. What is the view that we have here from the manufacturer point of view on how Jacada fits into our puzzle? So we have multimedia contact center environments that can basically do intelligent routing on multiple touch points. And usually when we go to market with our value proposition, one of the key questions that prospects and partners ask us is, okay, but which kind of routing languages do you use? How do you do IVR routing and how do you do agent routing scripts? And up until this moment, we basically explained the technology that we had at the time. For IVR routing, we either use Microsoft Visio, or you can develop custom scripts in .NET and in the related technology that we use. Now, when it comes to agent scripting, either the customers could use their existing front ends, could be a Civil or a Microsoft Dynamics or a Salesforce.com or a Sugar CRM, or if they wanted to do custom scripting, we also recommended people to go with .NET. For some of these prospects, this was an acceptable answer, as they could go either to their development teams or to the market to fetch some .NET resources. But for I would say the mainstream installed base, this could be a problem. Many of our prospects and customers are used to having a dedicated agent scripting tool, fully oriented to the contact center, where you can visually see in which nodes the conversation is flowing, which ones are termination nodes, where you can graphically change the script and make instant changes to some demand constraints that you are having. So all in all, we found, and we went to the market searching for the right partner. And we did a considerable research work activity there, not only, of course, looking for price, but also we were quite concerned of having the best price for the best technology possible. We shortlisted a couple of vendors and we selected Jacada. We made a significant investment in training our teams. We already deployed projects in different geographies. So we believe that we are now comfortable in deploying this as an overall COLLAB strategy. So this is why I am stepping forward. So from a marketing perspective, you have my full commitment that we will support and endorse Jacada agent scripting in the future as our preferred solution when it comes to agent scripts. It fits into the core of the product. This being said, we consider Jacada as our own technology. So it will be supported by us, by COLLAB, on a first-line technical support. We will handle the tickets. It will be trained by us. So if you will attend COLLAB training, you will be able to attend also the Jacada agent scripting training. And our professional services team will be able to deploy, install, and configure and build scripts. Now, the natural question is, okay, but do we need your professional services team? And no, the answer is no, you don't need us for that. So I think Jacada is a quite user-friendly environment, and I'm very proud to be able to have the manufacturer here with us today to present you what this means for you. How can you develop? How can you license it? How can you use it? So I think we are living good times here at COLLAB. A very important update, and it's from this week. We have entered the Gartner Magic Quadrant for the contact center infrastructure, and we entered as visionaries. So this is a brand new Magic Quadrant that we were not referred. It's the core Magic Quadrant for this line of business. It's the contact center infrastructure, and we managed to enter as visionaries. So we are no longer considered niche players. I think this will give us some marketing boost and visibility that hopefully all of you guys will also benefit from it. So in our portfolio, we have the One Contact CC, the contact center, with all the bells and whistles, and the Jacada agent scripting is sitting right at the core. We have the rest of our portfolio for the workforce optimization in the PBX, but this is part of the core of the One Contact contact center. So what I propose now is I will pass the control of this presentation to the Jacada team. I will assign make presenter David. Okay. I think you will, David, will you be able to share your screen as of this moment?
Yeah, let me share the screen just for a moment.
Okay, I'm passing the privileges on to you. Okay, we have roughly 20 people on the call already. Okay, I'm seeing Yeah, okay. You can take it
Okay.
from the opportunity.
So
Cool.
I'll go to there, and then I'll transfer it to Chris. So, okay.
Okay. I will go on mute. Thank you very much. I will go on mute.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Carlos, and thank you everybody that's joined this call this morning, this afternoon. Really appreciate the opportunity of talking to, as a number of COLLAB partners and customers and prospects for the first time, and hopefully not for the last time, that we'll have a number of conversations with yourselves in support of COLLAB. I hadn't heard your news, Carlos, about Gartner. That's a fantastic piece of news to say to your community, and I'm sure well deserved. To be in the visionary quadrant for Gartner is an important major step, and as you said, I'm sure that will also be a major boost to your overall marketing and share of that market space. So congratulations on that. So my name is David Everett. I run the Jacada business from the UK and responsible for our strategic partners like COLLAB in Europe. And say later on, Chris Patefield, who's my head of technical consulting, likewise supports this territory, EMEA, and some of the Asia territory, and is directly in support of COLLAB as well. So we're here to help and facilitate and assist wherever necessary. So I've just got just a couple of positioning charts, principally from the sort of mix of people that I've seen on the list of attendees, a spread of business and technical and very technical. So Chris will take you through more of a product overview and then get into a demonstration of the product. And just picking up on what Carlos said, it very much is a business-led tool, very modern design, drop and drag capability, so I'd endorse that sentiment as well. So, okay, let me just, what I'd like to do just to start off with is just make sure we're, using similar terminology in understanding. Some people understand what call scripting is, others are new to it. So just to get terminology and background on the market as to this aspect of the overall COLLAB platform. So what we're looking at, in terms of agents today, it is a significant task, typically with the amount of self-service or assisted self-service. Then by the time queries or calls get through to an agent, they are dealing with pretty tough questions. So they're managing typically multiple applications. They're trying to be adept at gathering information that they need from those different applications. They're adhering to company procedures and all of the regulatory requirements, depending on which markets you're involved in. Meanwhile, there are, probably, if you agree, one of the most measured areas of any organization, the metrics that sit around the contact center. So how long they're on the call, the average handling time, clearly, balanced with average handling time, they're looking to boost and grow the customer experience side of that, whether they're able to resolve the call, first call resolution, so there's no callbacks, so customers or prospects go away satisfied in that their call has been handled. And I say, most importantly, in whichever way you are measuring or customers are measuring their customer sat, that all plays into it as well. So, pretty challenged environment. So it's a comment we've got here, in the many customers that we've got. It's no surprise that training time is significant. Definitely in a number of weeks, typically that we see, whether it's months, but on the job training as well. It's certainly not a simple process for an agent training point of view. You factor in then potentially agent turnover, high agent turnover in certain industries as well, so that maybe when they're trained they stay a few months and they moved on, you start the process again. And then the final point we've got on here, that if you're not dealing with those first line calls satisfactorily, that the first call resolution isn't there, that metric isn't being hit, the average handling time is extended, you're having to defer from first line call handlers to second line call handlers, then number of calls escalate and maybe callbacks escalate. So all of that isn't a great experience necessarily from a customer's point of view. It's driving cost into the business because of the extended physical voice calls that are happening. So that's the environment that we operate in, that we're providing the capability through to COLLAB and in their platform. So it's pretty rigorous environment. So what does basically, in just preparing this brief part of the presentation, I thought I'd just call up what we talk to the market about and how we describe it. So I will read it through. So basically, COLLAB agent scripting powered by ourselves. We are seen as one of the leading providers in the market of agent scripting. Provides process guidance. We do like that phrase rather than scripting, which can be seen as prescriptive, a bit wooden, using an English phrase, but process guidance. Definitely, if you're looking from a sales point of view, even a support point of view, what's the next best action for sales and service agents? And then what the ultimate goal is, guiding them to efficient and effective call resolution. And on the back of that, reduces training times because you've got consistency. They're doing the same thing over and over again with the right outcomes, reducing average handling times, and then obviously balancing with compliant to regulatory, legal or process requirements. So hopefully succinct, a bit of an elevator pitch there as to what does agent scripting guidance offer. And again, just to position it in all of our minds as to what you'll be seeing and hearing from Chris in a few moments about the product and the functions, and then seeing in the demonstration. A couple of charts from my point of view, just to put some words around what you'll be sent after the presentation. So offering, just pick up on the words here, intelligent, context aware. So we are providing that capability, in some respects a window into some back-end systems. And based on the call that's been received, the screen that's been popped through the telephony, through the COLLAB telephony, there is information known about that caller. So it's aiming to be intelligent in terms of the conversation that's then started. You're able to pull in a relevant piece of information again, so that the context is known to the agent through to whoever the caller is. That the scripts are integrated fully, as Carlos was saying. This is an OEM arrangement, so fully integrated capability of a first-rate product, market-needed product within the overall platform. So take for granted that it's integrated through into those systems. So you're having an intelligent conversation, you're aware of the background, the context, and it's fully integrated into the overall system. So you're empowering, the word we like to talk about and our customers talk about a lot is, you really truly are empowering the agent to have a intelligent conversation with whoever's called through. Okay, so and then if we're looking outwards, if an outbound call from telemarketing point of view, as Carlos mentioned, or in terms of calls coming through into the contact center, next best action, knowing what to offer as and when, again, promptly through to the integration to the back-end systems. But making this very much, why we like the word agent guidance versus scripting, is that it sounds natural. It's a conversation rather than you're expecting as a caller to almost hear, okay, I can anticipate they're going to see the next thing, okay, then the next thing. Then it becomes robotic, repetitive, and we all know in a customer experience world, we're looking for personalization. We're looking for whoever we're talking to as our customers and suppliers to know us in some respects. So knowing when and what to say and doing that in a conversational style is exactly the capability that we offer through this product, through the COLLAB platform. So hopefully that just sets the scene, but most importantly, these are based on real-world installs. The relationship with COLLAB is quite new, so these are some of our large customers we have internationally. But if we're looking at areas where maximum benefits are derived, what we're seeing, just cover them at the left-hand side there. This was a particular telco, a tier 1 telco actually, that implemented agent guidance to reduced dramatically, and it is 50% reduction in the number of calls that went from level 1. It was a help desk area, so from level 1 to level 2, so much less people on the level 2 help desk, more costly infrastructure in terms of people and training required. So very, very positive result there in containing and doing first call resolution. So that was a help desk environment. On the next one, moving from left to right, the 30% 30% minimum here on average across all of the different disciplines, whether it's help desk or other call requirements. Again, seen as we're saying here, also a minimum that if you're building into business plans or customers on the call looking at how you're shaping out your contact centers, this is what we're seeing over a number of years now as a minimum for us. We're seeing also, and again, one of the biggest drivers of cost is the average handling time, because it's physical people on calls with people that have phoned in. What we're seeing again there is a minimum 20% average. Typically what we talk to organizations about is 1% reduction in AHT. They know exactly what cost saving that is to the business. So multiply that by 20 times and above is a very good ROI on the back of implementing solutions such as this. One of the biggest impact areas is definitely in the reduction of agent training time, because of the consistency that you're implementing, and also the way our trainers and our customers start to view this is that effectively what you're doing is you're replicating across all of your agent community your best agents. So you're taking what's best, but systematizing that through the agent guidance tool and providing that to all of the agents. So again, I've got customers here in the UK where their training time, rather than percentages, went from 5 weeks down to just over a week. And what do they do with that extra time? Again, just hopefully added value comments for everybody on the call. What they're doing is to provide more of that soft sell capability and training to the agent, not just the mechanics of what they should say and when they should say it. So they're seeing that as doubly beneficial to them. Dramatic training time reduction, and balanced with the ability to give them more softer skills as part of their training program. Hopefully that's been useful. To just a very quick introduction to this market, how we talk about it, most importantly some of the benefits that sit on the back of implementing an agent guidance tool through COLLAB. Chris, I'll just pass over screen control to yourself.
Yes, David, let me just get to the right point in the slide.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, David, yep.
Okay, I found you on the list, yeah.
Thank you. Okay, can everyone see my screen?
Not yet.
Not
Nope.
yet, Chris.
I don't need to, maybe I need to share it. Okay, can we see it now?
That's perfect, Chris, yeah.
Let me just put someone on mute. I think there's a participant.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so thank you, David. My name is Chris Patefield. I'm pre-sales technical consultant for Europe, Asia, and the rest of the world. Predominantly spend most of my time in the UK with David Everett. So when we look at so a little bit of crackle on the liner. When we talk about Jacada agent scripting, one of the key features of the product and its benefits is a graphical drag and drop script builder. So what this tool allows you to do is it allows you to use non-technical resource to build the scripts that generate the savings in AHT, in the savings in training time by non-developer resources. Okay, and I'll show you when we do a quick demo a little bit later on how easy to use not just one of our visual designers is, but the actual two different styles of this visual designer we have available to the market now.
Just a little bit quiet, Chris.
Okay, I'll speak up a little bit.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, so the first one I'm going to talk about, Interaction Designer. So we have a visual tool, as I said before, which allows you to map each part of a script or a customer journey as little individual icons. So the ability to create a menu, its menu items, pages, integrations with back-end systems, all as a visual icon which can be linked together as a flowchart. So that is how you actually build these scripts that save you AHT and reduce training time. You can do it completely from a graphical interface which allows you to create, which are extensively flowcharts. Okay, you create your flowchart and then you've built your visual application. Can't stress enough that it's no IT knowledge required, or not a high level of IT knowledge required, and you have easy integration capability to back-end systems, partners, etc. via the tool. Okay, so it's web-based. So we run, for those technical people in the room, we run on Apache Tomcat, complete web-based free tier architecture, very easy to integrate our agent scripting tool with the products from COLLAB, because we sit as an iframe inside COLLAB applications. All that work of integrating our technology and COLLAB technology has already been done for you. It's been done a number of times now, and is available to you either through COLLAB or through Jacada, if that's what you want to do. But it's so easy to do that, to have that integration to the COLLAB products, and indeed to any other products that you have with similar web-based capability. Okay, you can deploy to your agents absolutely everywhere. As long as they have browser technology, they can get to the agent scripts and deliver the benefits extremely quickly to your clients and your organization. Okay, so we have advanced analytics and reporting out of the box. We can actually do 3 different ways of reporting. So earlier in the call, you heard us talk about what's called a heat map. So a heat map is really interesting because that tells you where maybe your scripts are not being used effectively by agents. So you can use that data to make your scripts more effective. It maybe tell you where you've got a problem with with the way that you handle a process within your organization. Maybe everybody stops at a certain point. Maybe that's because an integration to the data that you need hasn't been provided. You have that heat map capability. So if it goes red, you know that everybody's going in that way, and if it goes blue, you know that people don't move through that part of the script on a regular basis. And it has percentage figures in there, and the amount of clicks, and all the rest of the data you need to make effective scripts based on real data. We also have the capability for you to build your own custom reports as well. So you can use our tool to do flat reports like Excel style reports, PDFs, getting at the raw data of interactions, how many times they've been run, what was clicked in that interaction, etc. Very easy to make that, to make one of those reports custom and take out an Excel or CSV format and use that data elsewhere. And then the third type of reporting we have in the products is what we call a dashboard. And dashboards are predefined and indeed custom, little widgets you can include within the product that give you data about how agents are using those interactions in real time. I'll show you that during the demo.
It's on the next chart as well.
Yeah, thank you. It is indeed, isn't it? So this is a dashboard, as you see on the screen. So you can define where you want these different dashboards and the data that you want to see through the admin console. And like I said, we will do a demo later on that technology. Okay, multilingual, very important for COLLAB. And I will show you in the demo as well that despite the fact that I am English, I actually will show you a Portuguese demo, which is quite interesting. And we support 17 languages. We also have the capability to be able to add in a language that doesn't exist as well. So we work on a language file basis. We've given you 17 languages out of the box, and you can add in more languages if you want to. You can actually work with more than one language at the same time if you want to as well. And by doing that, you can essentially have each one of your scripts translated into 3 or 4 different languages at the same time, and depending on where that agent is situated, where their browser location is, it will automatically trip over to the correct language. Okay, so when you actually build your interactions, you get a built-in simulator, which I'll show you when we design it. You get a rich library of widgets to get the job done. So like I said earlier, we have statement elements, question elements, integration to back-end systems elements, elements that allow you to call an interaction within another interaction, what we call sub-interactions. You've got the call summary ability, you've got the ability to audit any information that you enter or that your agents enter within a script, and indeed the ability to turn that off, which is very important, because some data is so secure that you maybe want the agent to be able to see that data, but you certainly wouldn't want it audited as part of a history of how that interaction took place. So the ability to turn it on or indeed off. Workflow approval process, very easy to manage the deployment of scripts. So depending on what which user group you are a member of, you will be able to publish a script, but then only certain other users are able to take a version of that script and deploy it live. So we have a full regression and update service available within the product that allows you to work through this workflow approval. Roles and privileges, as we said before, that's all built into the product as well. So you can decide who has access to an admin console, who has access to be able to design interactions, and even down to integrating Active Directory for agents to be able to log in to a script or even a certain part of a script for security reasons. Okay, did that make sense to everyone? Is everyone happy?
That's good, Chris. Thank you.
May I move on to, yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I'll move on to a quick demonstration. I don't want to spend too much time, but I'll show you some of the key features and some of the things that were left out of the slides as well, either because they were too technical or because there's too much detail and we wanted to surprise you a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to escape out of this, and I'm going to go straight to the heat map. Okay, so remember that we talked about reporting earlier in the day, and what we were saying was we've got the capability of knowing where agents, and indeed anybody who uses these scripts doesn't necessarily need to be agents, but where they go within the scripts. So this is what you see on the screen at the moment. This is called a heat map. Okay? So you can see here that everybody loves welcome, all right? Because that's the first page that they get to within that interaction. Okay, and then we can see here that 48% of people decided that they were going to change vehicle. All right, so you're already gaining an insight into how these scripts are used, and you're building up additional auditing logic which you can use for reporting purposes all across your business. All right, so we know what type of call type it was. Okay, and then we know that from there we get 36% of people who are entering a registration of a car, for instance. Okay, and it goes through, and then you can see where the good points of the script are, and indeed where the bad points are. Okay, so we get to here. Do you want to continue? Well, only 4% of people decide not to continue on that point. You can read that two different ways. It could either be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. But the fact is that you have the data available to you in real time, built from a very, very capable and powerful, fast database, which is on the back of all this technology, which is MongoDB. The power of NoSQL to create very, very fast insights into all this audited data. And remember I said certain things you can audit, other things you may not want to audit, and you have the capability in the product. Okay. Now, I said I'd show you a few surprises. Okay. So we all remember this designer from the slides that we just took. We actually have a brand new designer now. Okay, and hopefully you'll think this is quite impressive. Okay, this is the new graphical designer. Okay, for Jakarta agent scripting, and it's 100% web-based. Okay, so the designer that I just showed you a second ago was Java Swing-based, a thick client designer. This new one is 100% web-based. Okay, and it's very, very easy to add and to use this particular system. Okay, so I've got a preview on the right-hand side here, and it's actually skinned up to look like COLLAB. So COLLAB colors.
I was going to say that we're not seeing, but now we are.
Okay. So I can minimize this down, change its size. Okay. Notice when I change its size, it also has the capability of being responsive. Okay. So all the Jakarta agent scripts that you can develop with the product can be fit into small and large areas of screen real estate, and they will change their view depending on the size of the interface that you want to give to the agents. Okay, very important that we're using the very latest HTML5 technology that gives us the capability to do that. So this is the designer here. I'll give you a quick view. So if I double
Chris, you're just going a little bit quiet again.
Okay. If I click on this one, then you can see that here I have a menu. Okay, and in the menu I have different menu options. I have technical support, installation queries, change services, and video. Okay, I can add a new choice in there. Okay, and I can put COLLAB special services. Okay, and I can update that. Okay, and then I will get built a new menu option for me, completely dynamically, very easy to use, and as I said before, 100% web-based. Okay, this is the simple side of Jakarta agent scripting provided by COLLAB. So this is the tool that is so easy to use from a non-developer perspective. Okay. But what happens if you want to have more power? Okay, if you want to create things that are a little bit more complex? Well, what we can do is we can go over to what is called the admin console. Okay, and you'll notice at the top left-hand corner you have this phrase here that's called Visual IVR. Now, the Jakarta agent scripting product and Jakarta's Visual IVR product and a number of other products within Jakarta's portfolio, which are also available through COLLAB. They're all built with what we call the interaction server. Okay, so what you build with Jakarta agent scripting can actually be a fully featured self-service interface that you can deploy not just to your agents, but potentially to other areas of your business, and which can be used directly by consumers. Okay, that's an extra level of power and something that you can speak to COLLAB about using potentially Visual IVR or using the interaction server as a self-service tool. Now, If we come down to resources down here on the left-hand side, what we'll find is we'll find these things called integration points. So these are the things that allow you to connect to third-party applications. And we support all the standard stuff. Okay, so we support SOAP integration to web services. We support REST integration to web services. What we can also do is do what we call custom. Okay, so if I just go back to integration points a second, and I open this one, postcode lookup Germany. Now, if you wanted to connect Jakarta agent scripting directly to a fixed database, like a SQL a Microsoft SQL database, or a MySQL database, or an Oracle database, for instance, then you can use our Node.js support within the product to do exactly that. Okay, so you can actually write JavaScript as an integration point and integrate to a backend service that way. And we support lots of different things with this technology. Like I said, all those different databases that we support. If you have very, very complex SOAP or REST services that you want to manipulate during an integration, then you can do that with that technology. So what we're showing you here is the difference and the power of the product. So this is simple, very, very easy to use, graphical user interface, backed up with the extreme power of, complex JavaScript integrations if you want them, and a admin console that allows you to create themes, allows you to upload images, allows you to manage the life cycle and workflow of a particular script that you deploy out to your business. I'm happy to do demos individually with any of the accounts on the call today. Hopefully I've shown you a little bit of power about the product and what it can do, and I strongly believe that it will enhance your business by saving average handle time for agents and reducing the training time it takes for agents to learn processes within your businesses.
I think Chris, just jumping in, it's David Everett here again. Just exactly what you just said there, Chris. One of the paramount areas of selection criteria for us, going back a year now, was exactly what Chris has just shown people on this call, which was to have a very simple to use, easy to build, drop and drag capability at the front end, but not to compromise that if you are involved in very complex environments, that all of that integration capability is also available through the same product, through COLLAB. So again, just to reiterate, you've said it clearly, Chris, but that was one of the major areas that COLLAB wanted to offer, obviously, out to their partners and to customers and prospects.
Indeed, David, and as I'm showing you on the screen at the moment, you have this dashboard capability, the reporting capability, and you've just shown that, from my particular tool that I'm using here, the ability to be able to get 2 years of data and create a dashboard within. Thank you, David.
We just lost you in the last bit of your communication. That's exciting, Chris. I hadn't actually seen that chart myself, so
there you go.
Fantastic. Thank you. Carlos, can you hand back to Carlos for sort of any general questions? We've got sort of 10 minutes to go as we planned.
I'm here. Maybe I can unmute people. Let me unmute some of these people here. So thank you very much for everybody that joined us and that managed to hold on until the end. We have a couple of minutes left for any Q&A that might occur. I'm also happy to have some one-to-one conversations on licensing. We have different profiles here on the call. We have customers, we have partners that might be willing to discuss how can they develop on Jakarta, how can they also perhaps give their first-line technical support to their customers. So I would prefer to take the pricing discussions on a one-on-one. In terms of the licensing mechanism, so we license per agent and per designer station. So we have different profiles, who is using it and who is creating the scripts. The visual IVR has a different licensing mechanism as well. If there is any call, any question, sorry? Okay, so I still have someone here on mute. So if everybody is happy, we will wrap this up. I will forward the presentation to everyone, the PowerPoint presentation. I will also send a link for you to listen to the recording. Hello?
Hello, Victor from Mexico.
Hello, Victor. How are you?
How are you? Fine. Just a question. The integration with One Contact has a version, a limit version. I mean, if I have only the 2.5.3 One Contact version, it's a condition, has a level version.
No, I think all the testing that we have done were on version 2.5 onwards. So if you are on 2.5, independently on the minor version that you are in, I don't think there will be a problem. I can check with our technical support team if there were some kind of issues with some minor versions, but as far as I'm aware of, you just need to be on the major 2.5.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I don't know if someone else has any question. Okay, cool. So like I was saying, I will forward to you an email with the link to the recording and also with a PowerPoint presentation. If you need a one-on-one demo, for instance, if you need us to create any small proof of concept for a prospect that you might have, they wanted to see a specific kind of scripting, we have already started creating some libraries here, for instance, for banking or for telcos or for debt collection or for telemarketing, so different kinds of scripting. We can also guide you on this process. Okay.
Sorry, Carlos, another one.
Yes.
We could have the apply the system to try it, to test it.
And when can we provide you with a demo environment? Is that the question?
Yes, for IGNScript.
We already have live customers, and even today we placed, or yesterday we placed another order to Jacada for another customer. So we already have our team up to speed. So it's just a question. Let me take this internally with the commercial team. But I think we are on the position to have a trial license for you there in Mexico to demonstrate to your install base.
Carlos, it's Chris. So Jacada also have a cloud platform where customers, including COLLAB customers, can sign up for that. If you do sign up for a demo, though, please measure that with COLLAB. So if you put a username in, so your company name and then COLLAB, that would be really useful so we can track that.
Yeah, I think that should help, Carlos. As I say, we've got that set up. That's free and available to all of the callers on this and all of your customer base. Then that, as I say, as long as it's identified as COLLAB related, then we can track it back to you.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Also, on our pre-sales team, we have the capabilities to do the demo ourselves. So, for instance, for the Latin America, if you need a demo to be done in Spanish, iTour from our pre-sales team, he can do the Spanish demonstration for you guys.
Okay, thank you, Carlos.
Okay.
Chris, that actually just prompted me that you were going to do something in Portuguese, which I didn't see.
Oh no, it was in there, David. The buttons in the application were in Portuguese.
So
next button and the back button, etc.
I missed it.
Were all in the Portuguese.
Okay, thanks, Carlos.
Okay, so thank you very much. I will end this recording now. I just did. I will.